Ever order something online and get that little thrill when you see out for delivery? We're diving deep into the world behind that notification today, warehousing. It's the backbone of how we get everything from like that new phone to, life-saving medicines. We've got this super in-depth article here, and you're specifically keen on how warehousing fits into the bigger picture of logistics and supply chains. Luckily, our expert here is, well, a master at connecting those dots for us. So let's start with the basics. Warehousing. What springs to mind?
Giant, boring buildings,
Yeah,
stacked floor to ceiling with boxes.
exactly. Just rows and rows of boxes. Is that really all it is, though?
There are definitely a lot of boxes involved, but it's way more dynamic than you might think. Warehousing is like the central nervous system of the supply chain. It's about strategically storing and managing goods, sure, but it's also about ensuring those goods flow smoothly and efficiently to their final destination.
So it's not just about keeping things tucked away. It's about having them ready to go at a moment's notice.
Precisely. A well-run warehouse can honestly make or break a business, you know?
Mm,
It can be the difference between a seamless customer experience and, well, a logistical meltdown.
I can imagine.
And there are actually several types of warehouses, each catering to specific needs. Our source does a great job of breaking those down.
Like a whole menu of warehouse options. Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me the rundown.
Okay, so imagine you're a small business owner selling, let's say, handmade candles online. You probably don't need a massive warehouse all to yourself, right?
Sure.
That's where public warehouses come in. Think of them as the co-working spaces of the warehousing world.
Okay.
You rent the space you need, and as your business grows, you can easily scale up or down.
So built-in flexibility, that's really practical, especially for businesses with fluctuating inventory. What about larger companies with, say, very specific needs?
That's where private warehouses come in. Let's say you're a pharmaceutical company producing temperature-sensitive vaccines.
Okay, yeah.
A private warehouse gives you complete control over the environment, ensuring those, life-saving medicines are stored and handled with the utmost care. You can customize security, temperature, humidity, everything.
Talk about high stakes. That level of control must be crucial for maintaining the integrity of those products. What other kinds of warehouses are out there?
Now, if you're involved in international trade, you might encounter bonded warehouses. These are highly secure facilities licensed to store imported goods until those, what do they call those pesky import duties and taxes are sorted out.
So like a temporary layover for goods as they navigate the world of international customs?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, last one from our warehouse menu. What do we got?
Distribution centers. These are the powerhouses behind the e-commerce boom. They're all about speed and efficiency, getting those online orders prepped and shipped as quickly as humanly or increasingly robotically possible. Think strategically placed conveyor belts, armies of robots, and a carefully orchestrated symphony of logistics.
Okay, I'm starting to see how complex this all is. It's not just about storing boxes, it's a whole carefully coordinated dance of logistics. But this begs the question, how do you actually manage all of this? It's like a perfectly choreographed ballet, but instead of dancers, it's forklifts and conveyor belts. So what are the secrets to keeping a warehouse running smoothly? It seems like it would be incredibly complex.
You're absolutely right. It's a lot more than just stacking boxes. Our source dives into the nitty-gritty of warehouse management, and it really boils down to three core functions.
All right, hit me with the trifecta of warehouse wisdom. What's number one?
First up, you've got storage. It might seem obvious, but effective storage, like the foundation of a well-run warehouse. It's about maximizing space, protecting goods from damage, and ensuring easy access when those goods are needed.
Okay.
Imagine a library where you can instantly locate any book, no matter how obscure.
Okay.
That's the level of organization we're talking about.
So like a giant, meticulously organized library of stuff. Got it. What's the next key function?
Consolidation and break bulk.
Okay.
Think of it like a ride-sharing service, but for packages.
Okay.
Let's say you have several small shipments headed to the same city. Consolidation combines those smaller shipments into larger loads, making transportation more efficient and cost-effective.
Right.
On the flip side, break bulk is about dividing those larger shipments back down into smaller ones for individual deliveries.
Ah, so it's all about finding those efficiencies to streamline the movement of goods. Makes sense. What's the third pillar of warehouse management?
Value-added services.
Yeah.
This is where warehouses go above and beyond basic storage. We're talking about things like packaging, labeling, kitting, even light assembly, all happening under one roof.
Wow.
Instead of a product making multiple stops before it reaches the customer, many of those value-added services can be done right there in the warehouse, saving time and money.
Streamlining the process from start to finish. It's fascinating how much goes on behind the scenes that we never even think about. But with all this complexity, how do you even begin to manage it all effectively?
That's where technology steps in. Remember those super organized libraries we talked about?
Yeah.
Well, imagine a librarian with a superpower. Instant access to the exact location of every single book, real-time updates on what's been checked in or out, and even the ability to predict which books will be most popular next week.
Oh, okay.
That's essentially what a warehouse management system, or WMS, does for a warehouse.
Okay, so WMS is like having a superpowered librarian for your warehouse. That makes a lot of sense. Tell me more about this WMS magic.
Think of a WMS as the central nervous system of a warehouse. It tracks inventory in real time, optimizes order picking and packing, manages labor, and even helps with things like yard management, basically, where trucks go when they arrive at the warehouse. Some advanced WMS systems can even analyze historical data to forecast demand, allowing warehouses to proactively adjust staffing levels or optimize storage for those high-demand items.
So instead of someone scrambling around with a clipboard trying to locate a specific box in a mountain of inventory.
Exactly. With a WMS, you have instant visibility. You know exactly what you have, where it is, when it arrived, and where it needs to go next.
Talk about a game changer. But it's not just about software, right? You mentioned warehouse layout and design as another crucial element.
Absolutely. It's like playing a high-stakes game of Tetris.
Right.
A well-designed warehouse layout optimizes the flow of goods, minimizes travel time, and maximizes space utilization. Think strategically placed aisles, high-density storage systems for slower-moving items, and dedicated areas for value-added services.
So it's all about finding those efficiencies within the physical space itself. Every square foot counts.
Especially with the rise of e-commerce and those like sky-high customer expectations for fast delivery. A poorly designed warehouse can lead to bottlenecks, delays, and frustrated customers.
Okay, so we've covered the essential functions and the crucial role of technology and design. But this article also mentions some really cool advancements. Robots, drones, the Internet of Things. Tell me it's as futuristic as it sounds. It does sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, robots zipping around, drones taking inventory.
Yeah,
Is this the future of warehousing?
it's not science fiction, it's happening right now. Robots are becoming increasingly common in warehouses, handling tasks like picking and packing orders with incredible speed and accuracy.
No.
And drones are no longer just for aerial photography. Equipped with sensors and cameras, they can fly through aisles, scanning barcodes, and collecting inventory data much faster and more efficiently than humans.
I'm trying to picture this, a drone zipping past, scanning shelves full of products. It sounds incredibly efficient. But what about the Internet of Things? Where does that fit into this high-tech warehouse of the future?
Imagine a warehouse where every single item, every shelf, even every forklift is equipped with tiny sensors, all connected through the internet. That's the power of the Internet of Things, or IoT. We're talking about real-time data on temperature, humidity, even the location of a specific pallet of goods down to the inch.
So it's like giving the warehouse a brain,
Yeah.
constantly monitoring and optimizing every single aspect of its operation.
Exactly. This real-time data allows for incredibly precise control and optimization, leading to less waste, faster fulfillment times, and a more agile response to unexpected disruptions. Imagine being able to anticipate a potential delay due to a traffic jam and rerouting a shipment to a different distribution center before it even becomes an issue.
Wow.
That's the power of a truly interconnected warehouse.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly impressive, but I imagine it's not all smooth sailing in the world of warehousing. There must be challenges that come with managing these complex operations.
You're absolutely right. Even with all these advancements, there are some persistent hurdles. Our source highlighted three main challenges facing the industry today. The first is space optimization. With the rise of e-commerce and the increasing demand for faster delivery times, warehouses are bursting at the seams. Finding the balance between having enough inventory on hand to meet demand and not wasting valuable space is a constant juggling act.
It's like playing a never-ending game of Tetris, but with real-world consequences. What are some of the other big challenges?
Cost management is another major issue. Warehouses are expensive to run. There's the cost of labor, equipment, technology, not to mention rent or mortgage payments on the warehouse space itself. Finding ways to keep those costs under control while still providing a high level of service is a constant challenge.
It's a delicate balancing act. And the final challenge.
Adaptability. The world of retail and logistics is changing faster than ever. Consumer demands are shifting, new technologies are emerging, and global supply chains are becoming increasingly complex. Warehouses need to be able to adapt quickly to these changes or risk being left behind.
It's like they always have to be one step ahead, anticipating the next big shift.
Precisely. Those warehouses that can embrace new technologies, optimize their operations, and adapt to changing circumstances are the ones that will thrive in this dynamic and ever-evolving industry.
It really highlights just how essential warehousing is to the global economy. It's the often unseen backbone of how we get everything from those online orders to essential goods and services.
Absolutely. Warehouses play a critical role in ensuring that the global supply chain runs smoothly and that goods reach consumers quickly and efficiently.
Well, I've learned a lot today. I'm going to look at those seemingly ordinary warehouses with a whole new level of appreciation now. A huge thank you to our expert for taking us behind the scenes of the fascinating and complex world of warehousing. From the different types of warehouses to the essential role they play in global commerce, you've given us a lot to think about. And for our listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity. Next time you receive that online order or see a nondescript warehouse off the highway, take a moment to appreciate the intricate dance of logistics that made it all possible. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the world around you.